The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) chairperson Wafula Chebukati has responded to his deputy Juliana Cherera, who raised doubts about the 100.01% total accorded to 4 presidential aspirants. Chebukati, in a statement dated Wednesday, claimed that Cherera and the other 3 commissioners, Francis Wanderi, Justus Nyagaya, and Irene Masit, wanted to force him to declare a rerun. Cherera had claimed that the extra 0.01% amount to 142,000 unaccounted for votes, which Chebukati swiftly refuted. He also watered down allegations by the 4 commissioners that he sidelined them during the tallying of the presidential votes at the National Tallying Center at the Bomas of Kenya. Bushebi Jr. brings us a full report.
So, in accordance with the law, the Constitution and the law, I, Wafula Chebukati, chairperson of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, hereby declares that Ruto William Samoei,
Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) chairperson Wafula Chebukati has responded to his deputy Juliana Cherera, who raised doubts about the 100.1% total accorded to 4 presidential aspirants.
Which figures in the 34 and 39 counties respectively constituted the independent variable to warrant the conclusion of 25% in 34 counties and 25% in the 39 counties for Raila and Ruto respectively. In the absence of a credible and verifiable explanation, we concluded that the process that went into generation of Form 34C, which he used to declare results of the presidential election, was opaque and incapable of earning our ownership and confidence.
Chebukati, in a statement dated Wednesday, August 17th, claimed that Cherera and the other 3 commissioners, Francis Wanderi, Justus Nyagaya, and Irene Masit, wanted to force him to declare a rerun. Chebukati said, and I quote, "The 4 commissioners demanded that the chairperson moderates the results for purpose of forcing an election rerun contrary to their oath of office. This is tantamount to subverting the constitution and the sovereign will of the people of Kenya," end of quote. Chebukati also said he refused to yield to this unconstitutional and unlawful demand, and he said, and I quote, "The chairperson refused to yield to this unconstitutional and unlawful demand and proceeded to declare the results of the presidential election as received from the polling stations," end of quote. Cherera had claimed that the extra 0.01% amounted to 142,000 unaccounted for votes, which Chebukati swiftly refuted. Chebukati said, and I quote, "The alleged 0.01% increase in the presidential election results raised by the 4 commissioners, namely Juliana Cherera, Francis Wanderi, and Justus Nyagaya, and Irene Masit, is false and misleading." And he also said, "This is the most transparent election that the commission has ever held. All results, Form 34As, were uploaded in real time and are available in the public portal," end of quote. He also watered down allegations by the 4 commissioners that he sidelined them during the tallying of the presidential votes at the National Tallying Center at the Bomas of Kenya. The original Form 34As, he said, were delivered to the National Returning Officer for tallying and verification by the 290 constituency returning officers, diaspora returning officers, and agents of all presidential candidates participated in an elaborate verification process. Form 34C, which contains the final tallies of all the 46,229 Form 34A from polling stations, was as well uploaded on the public portal for access, Chebukati argued. In his defense, he moreover underlined that the commission allowed media, observers, candidates, and the general public to have access and tally the results announced at the polling stations. He said, and I quote, As the gazetted national returning officer and in the spirit of teamwork, the chairperson involved all commissioners including Juliana Cherera, Francis Wanderi, Justus Nyang'aya and Irene Masit in all activities of verification and tallying. End of quote. He added that the duties of all commissioners were well defined in writing and allocated at the National Tallying Center. Chebukati claimed that the 4 commissioners had access to all results beforehand and interchangeably announced them for 6 days before the final day of announcing the presidential results at Bomas of Kenya. He also said, and I quote, "If any of the parties elects to file a petition, it is within their constitutional right and the commission shall have an opportunity to respond and demonstrate in further detail the circumstances under which the election was conducted, results verified, and outcome declared in accordance with the constitution and the law." End of quote. For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Bushabe Jr.